AskReddit by AskReddit. The last constitutional amendment was passed in 1992, almost 32 years ago. If you were granted the power to pass a new amendment, what would it be? Congress must abide by the laws they set. They cannot vote themselves exempt. Fines and other penalties double as well. Senate and House cannot trade on the stock market. Seriously, how is that not insider trading? Or any other high government position? They can put their stuff in the hands of other people to manage. Making your digital data part of your private property. Data ownership is so sadly overlooked, and we just let big corporations do whatever they want. It would be a whole different ballgame if they were forced to compensate us for that data, and the downstream income it produces for them. The last constitutional amendment passed was 1971 to 1992 was the last time an amendment was ratified and added to the Constitution. There is a major difference between passed and ratified. It was submitted in 1789 and ratified by 5 states, which fell short of the majority needed for it to take effect. Roll back, citizens united, and get dark money out of politics. This is the truly needed amendment. Shit has been going downhill for 45 years, but the avalanche started with this shitty SCOTUS decision. An explicit right to privacy and decency. 4th Amendment doesn't go far enough. Deleted. All office holders who accept corporate campaign contributions must wear them on their exterior garments. You want to be a paid spokesman? Fine, wear it on your sleeve like an AskReddit driver. Straight out of Idiocracy. No member of the federal legislative, judicial, or executive branch may purchase, transfer, or sell private or public securities, bonds, or stocks. I would be fine with them owning mutual funds and the like. Just no individual stock securities. Some of you don't understand why something is an amendment vs just a federal law. Some? This thread is 98% things that would be good laws but weird amendments. After reading some of these suggestions, it makes me realize we have the government we have because some of you are idiots. I know, haha. You get one amendment. What do people choose? To prevent Congress from buying stocks. Jesus. You don't even need an amendment for that. That I get to make a million more amendments. This guy amends. Ending gerrymandering. There's a district in Wisconsin that has one house surrounded by a different district. Wisconsin legislative maps, bizarre, are they illegal? Scroll down to 3rd and 5th district. Take money out of politics. Almost all the other issues here are caused because the rich can drop a couple million into a campaign and thus buy votes in the Senate and House. Reverse Citizens United. Executive orders expire after 12 months unless Congress codifies them into law. Fascinating idea. Allows for some mobility of government to respond to emergent situations, limits the scope of any potential damage, and if it's a winner, pass it into law. Good one. Age limits for all congresspeople, president and Supreme Court set to 65. We should not be ruled by a gerontocracy. I like this since the laws they are writing in just a few years won't even affect them anymore. Meanwhile, someone in their 20s will have to deal with it for decades. No presidential immunity. Absolutely not. The idea that anyone, for any reason, could be immune to prosecution for crimes they committed is ludicrous. Term limits for Congress. My state has term limits for the legislators. It sounds way better in theory than it ends up working out in practice. It transfers power from the legislature to the executive and special interests. Term limits for congressmen, senators, and judges. Thank God no one on Reddit has any power. Holy shit. I have rarely seen such a fine collection of misguided solutions to misunderstood problems. I wouldn't do anything new. I'd dust off the Congressional Apportionment Amendment, https://en.wikipedia.org/congressional_apportionment_amendment from 1789, which already has 11 ratifying states, and require Congress to figure out how to get 150,000 representation. Free pizza every Friday. Maximum of 3 toppings. Every law passed in the future needs to address only a single issue. You cannot shove 32 different things into one bill like we do today, hidden by a cool name like the Patriot Act. The details of this get tricky, though. Just what is a single issue? What about big single issues, which will take quite a lot of smaller components to put into effect? Like, if you're trying to pass a new healthcare bill, you'll be addressing a single issue, healthcare, but that's a massive issue and a bill to address it will necessarily have a lot of different stuff underneath that umbrella to make it work. Illegal immigrants do not have the right to vote, to receive government benefits because they have not contributed to the tax system, to utilize our healthcare for free, to receive housing for free. Only those who came here legally should be afforded these benefits. Come here legally or go home. A few people are saying they'd abolish the Electoral College, and that would be one of my top answers as well. Another thing I'd consider adding to the Constitution is to have it lay out an objective algorithmic method to creating voting districts nationwide in order to eliminate political gerrymandering. Since we're making a big election amendment, my contribution would be a system other than first past the post for electing candidates. Maybe ranked choice for single offices, like president, and some sort of proportional system for bodies like Congress. I'd have to consult a professional game theorist. Some way to allow people to vote for other parties without throwing their vote away. And campaign finance reform. Let's legislate our way beyond Citizens United. Foreign corporations cannot buy residential real estate. Great law, but the question asked about constitutional amendments.